Joining me in the studio are the guys from Universal School of Music, and I'm referring to Steve and Simon. How are you guys?
Very good.
Come closer to the mic there. That's beautiful. Universal School of Music, what's the story behind that? When did it start?
Cool. So, my name's Steve. Those of you listening out there, hi. I've got Simon here with me.
Yo, yo.
So, before Simon tells you a bit about the Sonic Presence DJ Comp, basically about 8 years ago, I was sort of made redundant from a job in sales, and decided to sort of look into the education system a little bit and look at some of the gaps that were currently out there. So basically, decided to become a musician at age 11, moved up and did all my training, came back down to Melbourne and decided that I wanted to go to uni. Went through uni and studying music. And sort of went in with expectations that I would come out with a career. So basically those expectations were not quite fully met. But so shortly after that I started branching out and looking for work, doing piano bar gigs and basically trying to get my hands on whatever I could. And started teaching. Basically just from my own home. And from that point on, realised there were a lot of gaps in traditional teaching systems currently out there. And just decided to form what's called the Universal School of Music. Basically, where a place that musicians can thrive and have access to a whole pathway and a sequence of training modules that will take them into a full-time career. And that might be in the recording industry, it might be as a performer, it might be in sales, it might be in events, but essentially helping them do what they love and make a full-time living through that. So we started developing different courses and training modules, and now we've got a whole team. We've been going for about 8 years, and we've had over 2,000 students come through.
And is this like an accredited course from school? How do they do that?
No, we're a private organisation, Timmy, and we're really proud of that, because one of the shortfalls of the education system is that as you walk into university, much like what I did, I accumulated a debt. And so I wasn't really fully aware of the fact that I was going to have to pay that money back one day. And so I paid it off over time, and sure enough I did. But after a while you start understanding the business fundamentals of running a business and return on investment, and you realise the money you invest in yourself and the things that really matter are the ones you get a return on. And so therefore we just decided to continue to be a private organisation, much like Berkeley, and we feel that that's being able to teach the right lessons for musicians out there, especially when it comes to investing in yourself and your career.
So it's a career sort of orientated school,
Absolutely.
To try and teach you all sides, whether you be a performer but also know how to manage yourself, or
ultimately become an independent professional. By independent, we want to also help people understand relationships and being able to sell, and obviously have a product, whether it's an act, whether it's merchandise, whatever the case may be. There's so many different facets to what we do, but essentially helping them discover what's truly unique about their vision and as an artist, and the message, particularly with the messages and songwriting. We've set up a platform to really help them hone in and discover their message, and that's something that they want to share and utilise to build a following, and obviously monetize that following eventually.
Well, it would have changed a lot too in the time you've done that. I would have thought with the social media side of music, and people now with their own SoundCloud accounts and all that sort of thing, is it you've had to adopt and change, I guess, as the world's changed?
Absolutely, and we're always, as a business, whether a company may be, what industry you're in, it doesn't really matter. You have to adopt with the times, and we are living in a digital age. We are also living in the information and the education age now, that I hear people referring to it as. And so what that means is that because you've got so much access to all this information, you really want to find out the right education for you. And Yeah, we work with a lot of developing artists, and we're really pushing for the focus of the singer-songwriters and electronic music producers and DJs, hence the reason for...
Well, Simon, aka Jaz Simone, who used to have a show here on KISS, and now you're still producing stuff, because I get remixes that you've done sent to me by the promo companies.
Yep.
You're involved. What's your involvement with the
Definitely.
school?
So I'm a teacher and mentor at USM, and I guess focus on the EDM stage or facet of the business, and I'm very passionate about helping young emerging artists really find out what is unique about them, and just really trusting in themselves and being confident in their own abilities to then go on stage and show that and perform. And it's definitely something that I remember once when I was 18 and really rip-snorted, ready to go into the industry. I didn't really know where to turn next, and that's really what has spawned the Sonic Presence DJ competition. I really want to give young emerging artists, or anyone in particular that is passionate about electronic music and DJing, the platform to perform to in front of people who we're doing it. We're still living that life of remixing, gigging, DJing. I've got a great panel of judges. Obviously, Beth Grace, one of them, who has a show here on KISS. Anthony, aka Anthem, who is running Cushion Lounge, who's offered a set as well, and he books a lot of great DJs. And we also have Evan, aka Lesware, who a lot of people probably know from the Melbourne Underground, and kind of the song he did, a remix of Tricky Tricky, and he's since released on Ministry of Sound and done collaborations with Shardy and a whole heap of different artists. So I'm really eager and excited to get these young emerging artists in front of us, and hopefully giving us the opportunity to share our knowledge and giving some constructive feedback.
So when you say it's a competition, what are they judged on how well they perform? Is that what the competition's about?
Yeah, so pretty much the way our judging process works is they're going to be there's going to be a criteria. So they're going to be judged on a few different facets of their performance. So one being stage presence, one will be beat matching and mixing ability. One will be just energy as a performer, and then also programming is very important. As we all know as disc jockeys, being able to manipulate the floor and move the floor a little bit is very important. So that's something I'll be keeping a special eye out for.
So is there a mentoring process there then before the competition or during and after?
Well, definitely. I guess a gap that I saw in many of the other competitions was there definitely wasn't that personalised aspect to them. That was kind of a one-size-fit-all. We definitely want to really help guide these artists on their journey and through this competition, and hopefully also be able to help them after the competition, which I think is very important. So there'll be ongoing mentoring and workshops that will work with them, and it'll be based on the constructive feedback that we do give them. So if we think they might need to improve on their beat matching, or that's something they could work on, that could be a strong point to help their performance, that's definitely something that we'll do. Okay.
And apart from the competition, you're hands-on with people who want to come through training sort of things in electronic music?
Definitely, yeah. That's what I'm passionate about, just giving these emerging artists a voice and a platform to share their message through their music. Very, very passionate about that.
All right, cool. So what do they have to do to get on board the good ship Sonic Presence?
Yeah, so just jump online, our website, universalschoolofmusic.com.au, or just Google Universal School of Music. There's an application there, you'll see the DJ competition on the first page. You can give us a call, as well as contact number 9395-0695, and all the details are on the KISS FM Facebook page and website and email as well.
And apart from the competition though, anyone wanting to get a bit of mentoring advice, all that sort of stuff?
Absolutely. And look, this is another thing we offer, Timmy. We offer free workshops for the public. So we've actually offered free spots to 2 workshops recently, and they were offered to some of the people who had auditioned for round 1.
Yep.
So guys, if you're listening and you want some training, these guys are the real deal. I mean, Simon here is really humble, and he hasn't mentioned much about some of the people he's mentored that are airing on this radio station, but he's being able to kickstart careers, and we wanted to show you the tools and what you need to do to
get vouch for him. He's a good producer.
Thank you very much, Timmy.
So get on board universalmusic.com.au. And is there a timeline on this for when they need to sort of get registered by?
Yeah, so this Sunday is our next round. We're running 3 rounds of auditions, so it's this Sunday if you want to jump on board for that. We'll be running one more round in November, and then the finals where all our judges come together, and we'll run an event at our own studio and venue. We have a studio venue called Studio 705.
Mm-hmm.
We're based in Point Cook, Timmy, and just at the shopping centre there on level 1. It's a great facility. Fantastic acoustics, and the team and I have put together something pretty amazing for all of our contestants, and they'd love it, and they would really thrive there. So everyone's welcome to come along. Universal School of Music.
So could you come along this Sunday and have a look too?
Absolutely. And just the other thing to mention, on Thursday night we're running a DJ Members Showcase night, so we're actually giving a lot of the contestants the opportunity to practice prior to their auditions as well. So that's free. Only if you've heard this interview live today, otherwise it's $5, I'm afraid. But basically the entries, just jump online, Universal School of Music, or give us a call.
All right, guys, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
Cheers.
You too.